What up, what up? The day has come. The day has come. A day that not many NBA fans really had hope would come anymore. Things we had given up on. Things that we thought were just going to stay the same forever. And you know what I'm talking about. Because you know what time it is. Dame time. Dame time. Damian Lillard requests a trade out of Portland. Finally, it's about time for my man. My boys have lived there way too long and not got much help. And he tried to make it work. Even this offseason, it seems like he was there and he was coming in and talking with the general manager in the front office and all that. And he was like, man, let's do something. Let's make this a contender. I'm staying if we can make it a contender. Draft happens. They pick up a very nice option, Scoot Henderson. I mean, that boy's a tank, right? We've been seeing those posts on Instagram. He's nice. He's a dog. Everything I've seen from his highlights, man, he is a dog. He is something that Portland should be very, very happy to have, especially now with now they have an emerging point guard, possibly, now that their multiple all-star, all-NBA point guard is leaving. And, man, Dame still wanted to make it work. He's still like, man, let's see what happens. Day one of free agency happens. What does Portland do? They re-signed Jeremy Grant for a big A contract. One that nobody's going to want anymore. I mean, shout out to Jeremy Grant. That boy deserves it. For real. I mean, is he a little overpaid? Definitely. But I love me some Jeremy Grant. You know, I've been rocking with him since the Thunder days. You know, hey, he showed out. That's kind of where he emerged, right? With Russell Westbrook. But that's besides the point. Neither here nor there. Dame was like, man, you're looking at everything that's happening. This ain't it. There's no way the Trailblazers are a contender next year. Which, look at the roster. Can you disagree with him? I mean, don't get me wrong. Portland has some nice pieces. They got Anthony Simons, who's a great point guard, right? They got Shaedon Sharpe, who looks like he's got crazy potential. We saw flashes of that. You know, they still got some younger guys there on that roster that's shaping up to be a pretty good core. You know, they got Jeremy Grant, they got Nurk, right? A decent team, but does that get them out of the lottery? Heck no. Not now. Not in today's game. I mean, there's so many teams in the Western Conference better than them, right? Dame just had one of his best seasons of his career, which is crazy because he's been fighting that abdomen injury for like what seems like 3 years now. And, you know, we don't even really talk about the stats he had this year because they ended up with the number 2 pick of the draft. It was that bad. We got to get Dame out of here. So Dame sits down. He's like, I'm out. I'm done. And I want to go to South Beach. He's like, after everything I've given you, I want to take my talents to South Beach. And, you know, now we got to see how much the Trailblazers are willing to vie for, right? I mean, if we take a look at Miami Heat squad, that is a team that would love to have what team wouldn't love to have Damian Lillard? But this team just scraped their way to the NBA Finals. They scraped past the Eastern Conference Finals. Took them 7 games after a 3-0 start, but you know what? Hey, they got there. They clawed their way to the NBA Finals, and you know, even stole a game in Denver. Sure, it was a 5-game series, but hey, that was a good team. You know, they clawed their way. They barely made it in, right? By the skin of their teeth, they made it in the playoffs, and then they take out Giannis and the number 1 seeded Bucks, the favorites. Even though there was no clear-cut favorite this year, the Heat beat the favorites in the first round. Then they went into New York and got the job done. Then they went to Boston and got the job done. Again in 7 when it should have been 4, but that's okay. We saw Jimmy, man. I know he says that ankle's fine. I don't know. I think he ran out of gas. And I think it has to do with that ankle. Now, if they had a healthy Tyler Hero, maybe we're saying that final series goes 6 or 7. But I'm still leaning Nuggets' favor. They need another star. This playoffs made it clear. They need another star. And Dame is that guy. Dame is a perfect fit next to Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. He is a good role model for all these shooters on the roster. He's a dog. He goes out and he gets it just like Jimmy and Bam. I don't know if I could call Bam a dog after this playoff run, honestly, though. Like, sometimes he was that dude, and other nights he was like, "You're an all-star? You think you could be an all-star?" But no disrespect. Whoa, no disrespect to Bam. Love the dude, but that's tough. But let's think about these other options. You know, they're not just the Miami Heat. We've got Woj reports today saying that the Clippers and the Sixers are invested. We also know that Dame wants to go to the Nets. He said that. Obviously today he's focused on South Beach. But, I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, the Nets have the best package to offer. Right, they've got a lot of young dudes. And they've got a lot of picks. Though they don't have their own picks, they've got picks. And, man, I don't remember how all the trading rules work with first-round picks. I can barely get through myself a game of 2K. Or franchise mode, you know, with trading picks. Got to turn that stupid stipend rule off. It's terrible. But, and you know what I'm talking about, though, dude. And you laugh with me. But they got them young dudes. The Heat have to say goodbye to Tyler Hero if they want to make this happen, right? There's no way around it. They've got to say goodbye to Tyler Hero. They've got to say goodbye to another guy, probably either Duncan or Kyle, which I would lean towards Kyle, right? Just because of age more than anything. But if they do that, then where's the depth? Where's the guard depth? They've got none. They just lost Max Strus. They just lost Gabe Vincent yesterday. They signed Thomas Bryant, but that doesn't help with the guards or the wings. So we got to take a look at this. We got to break down a little bit. And actually, let's talk about the Clippers. They don't have, though, because the Woj report included that they're looking for draft capital and young dudes, young stars. Who do the Clippers got? Bones Highland? Not going to be the best? I mean, Terrence Mann, he's 27. I mean, the Clippers don't have a great option, is what I'm saying. Unless they do decide to move on from Paul George, then they can make some 3-team trade work, right? But if you're bringing in Dame, I think you want to keep in Paul, right? I think that just makes sense. But then we got the Sixers who came out and said, hey, we ain't trading Maxey. You can have our other guys. I mean, again, they'd probably have to find some 3-team trade with James Harden involved, since he's already asked to be on the move a couple days ago. So that might be an option, but it's tough. I think the best options right now for the Blazers, if they want to respect Dame in any way, after what that man's done for that franchise and how loyal he's been, they best do, and they will. They'll do good by their fans. So they got to be taking a look at Brooklyn. They got to be taking a look at Miami, right? Those are the options. Pat Riley came out and said just a couple weeks ago that Bam and Tyler are the future. And that he also said that, hey man, Jimmy's that dude, but Jimmy's got to be more of that dude because I can't get him out any more help right now. I can do a little bit, but I can't get him much. You know, that's the only thing concerning me about this Dame situation going to Miami, is what Pat Riley said. And Pat Riley is that guy. We know he's that guy. They're one of the greatest basketball minds of all time, right? No doubt. No doubt. You got him, you got Phil, and that's about it. Those are your two options. And Pat's been a much better executive than Phil Jackson ever was, right? That was terrible. With LA and with New York. Wow. Pat Riley's that guy. So, are they willing to move on? I think that's what it boils down to. Are they willing to move on from Tyler Hero for Damian Lillard? And again, if they are, we're going to lose Tyler Hero. We're going to lose Kyle Lowry. We're going to lose a couple picks here and there, right? 2028, I believe, or 2029. I don't know. And then what? What else we have for guard depth? We gotta build that squad a little bit back up. Gabe Vincent and Max Strus were role players. Were very, very solid role players, or teammates, as Jimmy would call them, for that Miami Heat squad that made that finals run. Right? Gabe Vincent had an electric playoff run. Max Strus was decent. I mean, he struggled in the finals, but he was decent. What did he shoot? Like 30% from three. But he was decent. Now, we got to fill those spots up. We got some time in free agency. We still got some guys out there. We got a Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I think he'd be a great fit in Miami. We've got guys like, who else is available? Shoot, a Russell Westbrook. My guy. Could you imagine that? Dame and Russ on the same team? Could you imagine that? That's not far, though. If you got Russ coming off the bench for that squad, I like that. I like that. There was some mutual interest between Russ and Miami last year. Not a ton, but there was some love there. I'd love to see it happen. I want to see my boy in those jerseys, the best jerseys in the league. But who's wearing 0? Dame, of course. You already know. Come on. If this was 6-7 years ago, it'd be a debate. But yeah, we got to respect Dame. Now, we got to think about these other details. What is that roster going to manage to look like? Where else are we going to find those dogs, right? Free agency is among us. Free agency is still available. It's a very good thing for them. The Miami Heat, if I'm Pat Riley, if I'm Erik Spoelstra, I'm going after Dame. I'm giving up Tyler Hero. As much as I love that guy. Boy wonder, it's been a good run. He's fit in very well, but this is Damian Lillard we're talking about. So we'll see. I'm excited. We love these kind of days. As NBA fans. I love change. I'm one of them. Let me know if you're not. Let me know if you want Dame to go elsewhere. Let me know if you are more of a conservative when it comes to free agency. Like teams just running it back. Let me know. But, hey, appreciate y'all, and we'll see you soon.